Why do you feel that the need to actually protest against this crisis?
I think it's really important because there's so many lives that will be affected. Everyone's life will be affected. And we're all already seeing the struggle today. And what's it going to be like after April? That's why it's so important for us all to acknowledge that, you know, there's a serious problem that needs to be looked at and actually acknowledged and dealt with efficiently by the government. It's not good enough just to say that, you know, there's short-term measurable outcomes. We need a long-term solution of how, you know, families from the working class to the top are going to survive this.
Now, you work with a lot of families, and how are they coping currently? Because the cost of living crisis is not great, but it is even set to rise. There's a national insurance rise coming as well. What would you, you know, how are the families, what are they saying to you, and what would you like to see happen?
I mean, we've been living with over 10 years of austerity, and we have had families that are struggling to survive. And we run a charitable bank, Mums United Charitable Bank, at the Wicker, and we give food, clothes and non-perishable food to low-income based families, refugee families, and we feed the homeless twice a week. Now, in the past 3 to 4 months, you know, there's been a hell of a lot more people coming. It's doubled. People coming to the centre. People are worried. People are scared that they are not going to be able to feed their families. You know, how are they going to pay for the heating bills when we're already struggling? So people are worried, and rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, it is a worrying time as well. What support would you like to see the government come up with? Because, as you said, we're all feeling this. This is not going to go away anytime soon. So what do you think the government could do to help?
I think the government needs to actually come out and look at what we're doing here, and actually see and speak to the people at grassroots levels and actually see what impact this will have. And for them to find a solution, you know, look at sustainable energy, look at, you know, how we can support the people who are struggling, you know, by increasing their benefits or helping with their gas bills. I think the government needs to do more, and we would like them to do something more tangible in helping our communities.
And it's normal people like you who are actually doing things to try and help this crisis. In fact, you're slightly letting the government off on this as well. What is your view of the fact that a lot of MPs have now received a £2,000 pay rise?
I think they should give that to the working class people. I don't think there should be a pay rise. Why is it that the rich are just getting richer? You know, why is it that the oil companies and the gas companies are making millions? And why is it that the MPs are getting a pay rise whilst, you know, we're not getting a pay rise? You know, the cost of living has increased, inflation is increasing. How are we, the working class, how are we meant to manage? And I think that, you know, everything should be capped. You know, I think all the rich people who are earning over a certain threshold, it should be stopped, you know, and I think the government should tax the rich more, and, you know, find a solution, because we're paying for this at the end of the day. And, you know, the government needs to do something, you know.